Hello and welcome to Disorderly Tarot. Today I have a pick a card reading for you for the month of December. There are 5 groups here, so first you just need to choose a group. Group number 1 has an Amazonite crystal. Group 2, we have the carnelian tumblestone. Group 3 have some serpentine. Group 4, rainbow moonstone. And lastly, group 5, black obsidian. So I'd like you to take a deep breath in now. And breathe out and choose a stone for your reading for December. So if you chose group number 1, the Amazonite, this is your group. I'm just going to set that up at the top for your reading. Okay, so first we shall have a look at your tarot cards for December. We start off with the Knight of Swords, then the 7 of Swords, then the High Priestess, and lastly the Ace of Pentacles. So with the Knight of Swords, I see someone may be chasing after you. There may be a new romantic interest. The other option is you. You may be this knight. You may be chasing an idea, chasing an opportunity. Eyes on the prize. It's very strong movement forward. May also be your knight in shining armor coming to rescue you. Then we have the 7 of Swords. So here we see a little bit of not knowing who to trust, perhaps deceit. As you can see, a person seems to be creeping through a house with some swords, and you don't know if they've stolen them or if they're returning them or what exactly is going on, but you see something that doesn't look quite right. And it's that feeling of uneasiness and uncertainty we have here, not knowing who to trust, not knowing if you're being deceived, maybe believing someone is deceptive when they're not, when they're actually a good person. It's uneasiness, not knowing whether to trust your own instincts or not, but I would go with your own instincts in this case. We then have the High Priestess. She shows a lot of inner wisdom. Can mean that you're about to be learning a lot. You're about to be increasing your own wisdom. Can also mean that you're seeking deeper knowledge in a subject or a career. Can also mean you have a mentor or a teacher who is increasing your knowledge. Can also mean that you need to look deep within to find the answers that you're looking for. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a great card because it's all about a new direction. The first step in a new direction. It's taking you to a good place. Pentacles means that it's probably related to either career or houses or financial situations. So I would say you're on the up and up by the end of December. There's some good new opportunity out there for you. Could be a new job, could be you're moving house, something like that. Some new direction for you to turn in. So overall, I'm seeing a slight romantic hint here. So we may get a Whispers of Love card later on because I'm not sure if there's someone chasing after you. Little bit, this is probably the sad part of your month. There's some sort of lack of trust, some sort of deceit here. A lot of learning. I wonder if you're learning towards this new job, this new venture. You're doing some research and learning for that, or revision before exam, something like that I'm seeing there. And then this new direction. something great is happening in the future. Maybe you're moving home, maybe you've got a new job, but you're kind of coming into good fortune here. Okay, so group one, I've pulled you some oracle cards. First we have garden, something lovely will grow from this. Next we have princess, you can be your own knight. Oh, so maybe you are your own knight here. Maybe this knight isn't someone else, but it is you. We have Libra, I balance. And finally we have nothing is yet set in stone, mutable moon. So what I'm feeling from these two cards is I see with you can be your own knight. I'm seeing you've been kind of trapped in this tower. I mean, we even get it from the garden, something lovely will grow from this. Both, as you can see from this sword, there's been some sort of pain. There's been some sort of difficult situation you've been in. I mean, there's swords in both of these pictures, and we have the Knight of Swords and the Seven of Swords as well. So you may even be an air sign. And we've got Libra. That's crazy. So many air signs. But with air signs, there's change that's coming. And what I see here is that it's time for this change for you. So in December, you need to start anew. You need to let go of whatever's been holding you back, whatever's been hurting you, whatever's been running through your mind. And you need to move forward. You need to let something lovely grow from it. You need to be your own knight and look after yourself. I mean, some of you may be lucky enough to have some sort of romance that's coming in that's kind of helps to cheer you up, helps to move you on from whatever this deceit, this pain is here, I'm seeing. And I'm also seeing with the mutable moon, this need for change. As I was saying here, like with this garden, it's very much like you need to move on, you need to change, you need to let go of past hurt. And again, nothing is set in stone, so you can change. Maybe you're afraid of change, but this is saying change is good in the month of December. You need to let change happen. And with this Libra balance, it's very much keeping things balanced is a good thing. It keeps stability. It may be time to make a decision on something, but make sure not to go to the two extremes and take more of a central road, a middle path. Libra can also show romance, relationships. So I'm wondering if that for some of you, I would say it's probably split into two groups who chose this number one. And I would say one group of you are your own knight. You're gonna see yourself through this. Whatever this untrustworthy thing is, you're gonna see yourself through, and you're gonna end up really happy in a new direction. Your career, your housing situation will improve. Your financial security will improve. Things are going in a good direction here. And it's this wisdom, this inner wisdom that will help you. But then there's the other half of the group that I think might be having a new romantic relationship, or at least someone is chasing after you. Maybe not a new relationship, but there's some romantic interest chasing after you, and you've got to maintain balance, because I think they might throw you in a whirlwind, and I'm worried that they might even be linked to this untrustworthiness. So I would look after yourself, make sure you're doing things for yourself, being your own knight, and looking after yourself, look after your own crop. So because I'm seeing this slight romantic interest, I also picked a Whispers of Love card, and we got be authentic, be real and true to who you are and how you feel. So I would say as long as you are looking out for yourself in the month of December, everything's going to be okay. You'll learn if this person is to be trusted or not over time. But I would follow your intuition and be real to yourself, and make sure you work on yourself, because I think there's some great new direction you could be headed in if you take the time to learn and to put in the hard work to get there. Just find a balance in everything. Don't fall head over heels for whoever's chasing after you. Spend time working on yourself too. And change, if you're afraid of change is a good thing. Try to be less afraid of it. Try to allow it into your life. And then December looks to be a good month otherwise for you. So I thank you for watching group number 1. I hope you enjoyed your reading for December. If you did, please leave a like down below and a comment if you want to tell me anything about your month and whether this comes true or not. Let me know if anything resonates too. I hope you have a lovely month of December. Bye. Hi, group number 2 who chose the carnelian tumblestone. This is your reading for December. I'm just going to pop that up there for it. Okay, so for December for group 2, we have the 5 of Cups to start your reading. Then we have the 9 of Wands. Then Justice. Then the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so group 2, your tarot tells quite a nice story for December. So we start off in not such a good place. With the 5 of Cups, you see this witch is looking at her spilled cups and not noticing her full cups on the table. And it represents a very pessimistic, sad view of the world. So perhaps in life, you've had to face a lot of harsh consequences recently. You've had to deal with a lot of worries, a lot of grief, a lot of losses, a lot of problems. And they're constantly going round and round your mind, and it's hard for you to focus on anything else. You have got some good things in your life, but you're very focused on the negative here. It's quite a pessimistic view, but we all feel pessimistic at times in life. Sometimes we go through a lot of struggles, and it's difficult to focus on anything other than those struggles. And I think that's where you are at the beginning of December. That's what I'm seeing from this. And then we have the 9 of Wands, which actually goes together quite well with the 5 of Cups, because it's as if you've fought a lot of battles. You're always fighting battles, and you've still got the strength to fight more, but you'd really rather not have to fight anymore. So yeah, I think you've been having quite a hard time, maybe in November, maybe the beginning of December. There's been a lot on your plate, and you're feeling very weary. You're feeling like you don't have enough strength to carry on, but this is reminding you that you do. You're full of strength, you're full of power, and you're going to keep going, and everything's going to be okay. And we see that massively with the Justice card, because this card reminds us that justice is true, karma happens. So you've been fighting all these wars, you've been going through all these struggles, but it's time for the scales to even out. It's time for things to go your way for once. And in December, again, we see with the 9 of Pentacles here, someone who's relaxed, someone who's happy, someone who is enjoying their successes. So I think in December, things are very much changing for you. I mean, Justice is a major arcana card, so it's a big change. And I think that's what we see here. We see someone going from a very pessimistic view to a very happy, fulfilled view. So I think you may have to go through a lot at the beginning of December, but things will work out. And you've got to keep that hope alive in yourself, that strength to keep fighting, because things are going to work out. maybe some unfair things have happened to you, and that's what's making you feel pessimistic about life, because you're thinking, how can so many unfair things happen to one person? But karma's got your back, justice has got your back, and things are gonna be okay. You've got successes coming your way, so you just need to keep fighting. Okay, so we have Lioness. You've earned all your stripes. And we have Prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. And then we have Chiron, healing. Okay, so I've had a look at the book for this Lioness. You've earned all your stripes. And it says, naturally, sometimes with growth comes a little scarring. You've come incredibly far and you should be proud of the person you've become. Think of your scars not as a reminder of the pain you've had to endure in the past, but as proof that you can survive anything. And I think that's beautiful, especially what we were seeing here, because, I mean, everyone gets scars from pain that they've had to endure. But it's best, rather than focusing on that pain in the time to come, that you focus on your strength and how you were able to overcome that pain. Yeah, that's beautiful, and it really links in well with what we've got here. Okay, and then I see two very different things here. So we've got prosperity lies ahead. So that's very much saying success is coming your way, which we see anyway in this Nine of Pentacles. We're getting a lot of mirror cards here. But yes, success is coming your way. Look after yourself. This can also indicate possibility for a new relationship or some new intimacy. And yeah, in terms of financial matters, it very much means you should start saving, because things are going to find themselves to you. You're going to find yourself abundant in terms of monetary things, and also self-worth, because you may have, this kind of shows that you may be in a time where you're doubting your self-worth and your value, but this is enforcing the fact that value is coming for you, and you should learn to love yourself. You should learn to love your scars, because they make you who you are, and they show how strong you are. And then with this last card, healing, there are two meanings. So it could mean that you're going to find yourself in some sort of illness or ill health, or you may be in hospitals a lot this month. But more likely it means mental healing, emotional healing. So after going through all this trauma, all this stress, all these fights and wars and struggles, you've got to heal yourself within the month of December. And in the end, success will come your way. So it's worth taking the time to heal yourself, whether that's mentally or physically, or making sure you have a healthy bank balance. Look after yourself, and justice will look after you too. So that's all I've got for you, group number 2. There wasn't a strong love, romance aspect to your reading, so I didn't take any romance cards. I hope that's okay for you. But I'm hoping to do a love reading soon for the month of December, so hopefully you'll be able to check that out when it comes up. I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave a like down below if you did. Feel free to comment and subscribe if you enjoyed. Let me know what you're thinking, whether any of this resonated with you. I hope you have a wonderful month of December. Bye. So this is your reading. If you chose group 3, this serpentine crystal, I'm just going to pop it up here for your reading. So group 3 in December, we have the King of Wands to start your reading off, followed by the 8 of Cups, followed by the Knight of Cups, And finally, the Two of Swords. Okay, so I'm seeing decisions for you in December. So with the King of Wands, we have a very strong, controlling situation. It may be that there is someone controlling you, controlling your decisions in your life, or it may be that you feel the need to take that control now and take control of your life and make sure you're moving forward in the right direction. Make sure you're taking the right steps to get to where you want to be. And then we have the Eight of Cups. As you can see, this witch has turned her back on all the cups. So she's choosing a different direction. She's choosing to move away from everything she knows. It might be a foolish decision. It might be a great decision. There's no way of knowing in this. It's just, she doesn't want safety anymore. She's choosing to move away from safety and go for a dream, go for a desire, go for a goal. And then we have the Knight of Cups. It's very much like following your heart blindly. It may be someone who is following their heart blindly, leading towards you. It may be someone who you've caught their eye and they're chasing after you. They are giving you everything you ask for. But as you see, there's a shark below the water, so there is the chance that this may be fleeting. This person may leave afterwards. There's no certainty in the Knight of Cups. Even if this is not someone chasing after you and it's you chasing after something you want, so whether it's a career or some sort of new idea, new venture, or a romantic interest, you may be following it blindly. You may not be thinking it through completely. And that's okay if it's just a hobby or an interest, but if it's something more important than that, you need to make sure you take the time to control your life in some way. Make sure there is some sort of safety or fallback option. You might choose not to take this advice, but that's what I'm seeing here. There's no safety net. And then there's the Two of Swords, which shows you trying to make a decision. You know you need to make a decision. You don't know which is the right option. But in this, you see she does actually know the answer deep within her. She's just choosing to wear a blindfold and be oblivious to it. So deep within you, you know the answer, you know the right thing to do, but it may not be obvious to you yet. I mean, in December, I really think I'm seeing this as separate. I'm seeing this as there's some sort of outside influence that has some sort of control or power over you, and you need to be wary of that. And you may even be turning away from this person, and that's what the Eight of Cups is. You're getting rid of this controlling influence. But when you feel free of them, you may feel so free and take it to the other extreme that you're just following love blindly or following your hopes and dreams blindly. But you need to be aware of this shark under the water. But yeah, if you trust your intuition, everything's going to be okay because you know the right answer in the end. Okay, so for your Oracle cards, group number 3, we have Sword, Make the Change for December. And then we have A New Start is Coming, New Moon. And lastly, we have Aquarius, I Know. Okay, so I can't really believe you've got the cards that you've got. I mean, I can because it makes so much sense. So we've got Sword, Make the Change, which really talks about deciding to make a complete new change to your life, altering your life completely. It may even be a fresh start. But yeah, making a good change. It'll lead to a great outcome. So even though there may be sharks in the water, there may be worries about having no safety net and turning your back on all that you know. is the right thing to do. And this is such a positive change. You need to go after whatever you've been kind of holding yourself back from. There's something out there for you that you've been wanting to do for a while now, and you haven't had the courage to do it. You need to leave this controlling person behind and just go for it, whether it's a new start, new relationship, new career, new hobby, new interest. There's something, you know, in your heart, there's something that you want, and it's time in December to make the change. It's time to allow this new start, and it's going to end in good, wonderful, successful things. With Aquarius, I'm seeing that you have the knowledge deep within you that this new change is something great. And if it is career-based, knowledge-based, you have all the power within you to make something great out of it, make something great out of yourself. With Aquarius, I also want to say that it's linked to friendships. So friends may be able to help you, family may be able to help you along on this new journey. When I look at the book for this card, I see that it could be something to do with taboo subjects or the unconventional. I'm wondering if this change is huge. It could be like really learning to embrace yourself as you are, rather than hiding behind the mask of who you were before. You know who you are deep down, and this brand new fresh start is coming in December, and you should embrace it because it was meant to happen. I mean, it's okay to chase things blindly. It's okay to turn away from safety if you know that what you're heading towards is what's right for you and you're putting yourself first. You don't need to listen to controlling influences if you know best for your own life. You know you're doing things that will help you and will not hinder others in any way. Then do what's best for you in that case. Okay, so I decided to pull a Whispers of Love card for you in the end, and we've got treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. So take what you will of that. Yes, it's important to love others deeply, but whether that is just because this is in December, so it's Christmas time, so you'll probably be spending time with loved ones anyway, or whether that is linked to any of this. I mean, with the Knight of Cups, it's very much, if it is talking about romance, it's talking about following love blindly. And this is saying it's important to love others deeply. So I'm thinking you may be following love, but not in a deep connection, more in just physical attraction, playfulness, that kind of thing. But this is reminding you that love requires a deep emotional bond as well. So that may be something a few of you want to consider. I don't think it's for the whole group, but I do think there's an element of December for you. Ooh. It wanted to jump out of my hand. So thank you for watching group number 3. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like down below. Also feel free to comment and subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. I will release more in the future. I'm hoping to do a love video for December as well, so that will be coming up soon. I hope you have a lovely December. Bye. So if you selected group number 4, the Rainbow Moonstone, this is your reading for December. I'm just going to pop that at the top for your reading. Sorry, my dog's making loads of noises. And then we will get your tarot cards. So we start with the 6 of Swords. And then the King of Swords. And then the 9 of Pentacles. And finally the 7 of Wands. Okay. So with the 6 of Swords, we see someone who is leaving, turning their back on their life as they know it. And the moon represents uncertainty too, so not knowing where exactly they're headed, just knowing that they need to leave now. They need to get out of this bad place they're in. So maybe you're feeling in December like you've been through the wars. I mean, sorry, I'm jumping ahead a bit, but in the Seven of Wands, we also see someone who's used to fighting, having to fight back. As I said, been through the wars. Maybe there's no longer any threat, but she's still poised. She's still ready to fight back because she's so used to having to fight. With the King of Swords, this can either mean you're using your head over your heart, you're following your head over your heart, you're looking at logic and practicality over emotions, or it can mean that there is another influence in your life, someone who plays the role of a teacher and is guiding you through life. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles, which indicates success, happiness, relaxation, because everything's coming together. Now, this is a weird mix of cards. I'm going to say that straight away for you for December. And I can't wait to get your Oracle cards so that I can try and understand this a bit better. Because each card is very individual and I'm not seeing much of a link between them apart from these two cards, which, as I said, turning away from something scary, something difficult, and being used to fighting battles. So those two I can see a link, but I don't really see a link with the other cards. So we're going to get into the Oracle cards. So first we have nostalgia, focus on the here and now. Next we have you're very close to achieving your goal, gibbous moon. Then have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. And lastly, 8th house, endings, beginnings. Okay, so I'd like to read from the book for this card because, I mean, firstly, Amanda Lovelace's words are beautiful, but I'm also seeing a link here. So it says, you're spending the majority of the time daydreaming, wondering what could have been if only things had gone the way you wanted. By doing this, you aren't giving yourself a fair chance. Truth is, there's nothing you can do to change what happened, no matter how many scenarios you craft in your mind. Make improvements to your present, not your imaginary. Be sure to nurture what you've been given. It's kind of like you're looking too much back at the past. You're judging your past decisions. You're hurting over things that happened in the past. And what we see in December is you're turning away from your past. You're moving on from it. So by doing that, you need to let it go. And in the Seven of Wands, we see you haven't really let it go. You're preparing yourself always for the next fight. You're waiting for the next person to do you wrong because you're so used to all that pain in the past. But it's time to let that pain go, and that's what we're seeing here. You need to focus on the here and now. Stop giving in to nostalgia. Stop thinking about things that went wrong before. And instead see what's happening in the present. Because there are successes that await you in December. There are things that are going to work out for you, but you need to get your head out of the clouds. You need to get your head out of the past. So again, we have the same ideas mirrored here. We have, again, don't look back on the past in this. Have faith in your dreams. Keep your focus on what you want and keep working towards it. And again, you're close to achieving this goal. You're close to success. It's going to happen, but you have to keep focused. You have to keep pushing for it. Unless you push for it, you won't get it. You won't get the success. And you'll end up in the cycle of what you had before, the pain you had to go through before. I'm seeing you in your books. I wonder if you're studying for something, but I'm seeing a lot of you in your books, you researching a lot, you learning a lot, because you want this success. You're heading towards some sort of career goal or something, and you've turned away from perhaps an old job, you've turned away from it and you're moving towards this new one. you're so used to hurdles, you're so used to having to overcome things that you're finding it difficult to focus and to keep on track and to keep learning, but you need to, because otherwise you won't get this success. Right, so I had a look at the book again for this 8th house card, because the 8th house can mean a lot of things. So I'm just going to quickly pinpoint a few of those. So it can mean there are inheritance issues, or that some sort of child support or taxes, something's being handed to you but there's difficulties with it. Can also mean your love life is full of passion but also jealousies. More likely it's talking about psychic abilities that you may have, or you may become aware of. You may have a lot of dreams this month. Be looking into the past, the present, the future. As a whole, it talks about transformation, big change. Can talk about death, but it's unlikely that that is what it's talking about. It's just talking about a big change. And I mean, that's what we're seeing. We're seeing you transform, because you've turned away from something here in the 6 of Swords, and you've turned away from these fights that you were having before, these struggles, these battles, and you're coming into a time of learning because you're working towards this success in the future. You're so close to your goal, and you need to have faith in your dreams. And just forget about the past, move on, look at the here and now. So that's what I've got for you, group number 4. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please leave a like down below. I'm also happy to hear any suggestions in the comment section, or anything that resonated with you. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future. I'm also hoping to post a love reading for December, so you should see that soon. Thank you for watching. Bye. So if you picked group number 5, this black obsidian, this is your reading for December. So group 5 for December, we start with the 3 of Pentacles. And then the 8 of Cups. And then Death. And finally, the Knight of Cups. I'm seeing that some of you may have been drawn to an earlier group. I'm not sure if it was group 3 or group 2, but definitely saw these 2 cards come up somewhere. Okay, so with the 3 of Pentacles, I see people working together cooperatively. And the better they work together, the better the job they'll do in the end, the more they'll succeed. With the 8 of Cups, it's very much deciding to turn away from safety, deciding to go in a new direction, to follow a dream, deciding to turn away from what you know. With the Death card, it usually doesn't mean the death of a person, and instead it means the ending of something. But as you can see, there's a glimmer of light. So it's a good ending. I mean, it may be painful still, but usually with the Death card, it's an ending that you knew was coming. It's something that you knew you were losing. So you may have given up a job, you may have put an end to a relationship, an unhealthy relationship perhaps, but it's opening up a new possibility for you in the future. And with the Knight of Cups, it's chasing something blindly, usually using your heart over your head. It can mean there's someone who's flirting with you a lot, but perhaps there's no follow through with their actions. It can also mean that you are chasing love blindly, so you are following your emotions rather than making rational, logical decisions. You're following your heart. So looking at all of these together, I would say that the 3 of Pentacles is separate. I think maybe this is to do with work, and in terms of work, I think you are needing to work with others to achieve your goal. I mean, it could be in terms of family too, like this is for the month of December, so maybe you need to come together with your family to resolve issues, to resolve past pain, and just to enjoy festivities together. With the rest of this though, I see I'm mainly seeing love. I mean, if it's not to do with love, we could say that is the loss of a job, the loss of a friendship, represented with death, and turning away, starting afresh. And when you do, you decide to chase a dream of yours or a goal or a hobby, going in a new direction. However, if it is to do with love, which is what I've got an inkling that for a few of you it is, perhaps you have given up an unhealthy relationship. You've turned away from it because it wasn't everything you wanted. I mean, it had a lot to it, but it wasn't everything, and you didn't feel in your heart fully satisfied. So now your heart is open and you're searching for something new. Just be wary that there are sharks in the waters, and it's not always wise to completely follow your heart and not use your head at all. I see kind of adventure. I see strength from being able to turn away from what's safe, and optimism despite this loss. I mean, these are very stark contrasts, aren't they? Because with death we have like real great loss, grief, and with the Knight of Cups we have someone who's a fool for love, happily flying away. So I think it might be a topsy-turvy time for you in December, or it may even be that you are dealing with this loss of something. You are dealing with an end to your stability. That's what I'm seeing. Like maybe you've given up a job and it feels like the end of something stable, but then you're ready to go in this new direction and follow this new passion of yours. And that involves you working with others in this new venture. And that could lead to success if you work with them well. Gonna have a look at Oracle cards now. So first we have Universe. We're all just stardust. Next we have Balance, Spirituality and Practicality. Full moon in Pisces. Then Moon, Soul. And finally, Black Moon, Lilith, Mystery. So this first card, Universe, talks about finding balance in your life, which I think perhaps you need, because, I mean, these other people who are helping you towards your goal, working cooperatively might be difficult for you. I'm seeing you as kind of a leader, and having to work with others is more difficult for you. But that's what will lead to success, you working cooperatively with them. But I'm also seeing you following your heart here blindly. And this is just instilling that you need some balance. And you need to be wary of the fact that if you follow your heart blindly, there is no balance, because you need to use your head too. There's also a note here about being thankful for what you have and looking after the world that you're in. You know, sometimes I think you can get good karma from doing good deeds, and just like little things like helping others, picking people up when they're down, recycling, lots of different things you can do to help the universe, because we're all in it together in the end. And that's what I see with this card. So this card can talk about having your head in the clouds, being in a very romantic but not realistic state. And I couldn't agree more with the Knight of Cups, because I think maybe this is how you're feeling. Maybe there's some sort of new romantic direction that you've been drifting towards, and everything seems all rosy, but you're not paying attention to other things that are happening in your life with this one. So yeah, this is just a reminder to get your head out of the clouds sometimes and focus on real issues too. Okay, so with the moons, we have feelings of uncertainty, but also strong emotions. And that matched with the Black Moon, Lilith, Mystery. I'm seeing some sort of love here, some sort of strong feelings of love. but uncertainty at the same time. I'm going to get you a Whispers of Love card because something's going on in your love life. And I almost feel like a lot of this is to do with career or family life or friendships, but there's something about love here I'm seeing, and maybe even in your daydreams, it's to do with love. So we got relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. Also, that's mysterious. So with that, I'm seeing that maybe there is some sort of unhealthy relationship, and maybe that's what you're leaving behind. I hope that's what you're leaving behind rather than what you're entering into. There's definitely some sort of unhealthy relationship dynamic. And I mean, you can see that in your high emotions with the Moon card, but also with the Black Moon Lilith. It's very strong, powerful energy, and it can be toxicity here. And I'm wondering if there is some sort of feeling of that in your current relationship. I mean, it's a real mixed bag for this month, and I'm not feeling particularly drawn to anything. So I'm thinking that these are just like little things that you're becoming aware of in December, little changes that might need to be made moving forward into the new year. But yes, I think the lesson here is not to rely too much on your emotions and to also use your head. And make sure if you are in some sort of a group or team situation that you're working cooperatively with others. Maybe you need your friends to help you through this time. They are quite disconnected cards. We're going to get some more cards to try and understand this. So let's get a career card for you in December, and we've got the Queen of Wands, which is absolutely great sign because it means you're going to be doing really well. You've got some creative ideas, creative pursuits, you're strong, you're powerful, and yeah, I definitely see you are a leader, but you're having to work in this team situation too, remember? So use your skills to your favor. Make sure you notice people who are trying to help you along the way and give back to them. That's what we saw in this Universe card. But yeah, there is someone unhealthy to look out for in December, someone who may not be doing things in your best interest, so just look out for them. Emotions are definitely high this month, so good luck. I'm sure you'll have an enjoyable month anyway. Thank you for watching group number 5. I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave a like down below if you did, and feel free to comment and subscribe if you want to see more videos in the future. I'm hoping to do a video soon about love in December for you, so please check that out if I do. Hope you have a lovely month of December. Bye.